that we have cracked the code on Loopback for any voice artists who want to be able to play back their audio for a client during a live session without using studio monitors, which can have delay or the quality is just not really great because it's going through your microphone. So this takes your computer's audio and plays it directly to the client through whatever source you're using, whether it's Zoom or Skype, Google Teams, Meet, whatever, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, whatever. So I'm just going to show you how to set it up because there are some touchy things in here that make it work or not work. So the first thing is that whatever your interface is, you're going to want to add that as one of your sources. So you just click on this plus sign and you'll see your interface, or you should see your interface in this list. So that's the first thing that you're going to want to set up. Because we're voice artists and we use it, provided you're a typical voice artist and you just use one channel and record in mono, then you're going to have one channel here, channel 1, going to channel 2, channel 1 and channel 2. So it's split. You can see here it's split into 2, and I'm going to make it bigger so it's a little bit easier to see. So it's this one goes to channel 2, this one goes to channel 1. And let me just show you how to make one of those really quick. So you can highlight it and delete it if you've got one that you want to get rid of. And then you just click on this little dot and just drag this little snake. So I've already got one going to channel 1, so I'm just going to take this one to channel 2. So you can see channel 1, channel 2. Then whatever else you need to input with to have as a source, you're going to add in this list. So because I'm making this video, I added QuickTime, and it's channel 1 to channel 1, channel 2 to channel 2. Same thing for if you use Audacity, and I know a lot of people use Audacity, so it's a good one to show. You're setting it up channel 1 to channel 1, channel 2 to channel 2, Audition the same way, channel 1 to channel 1, channel 2 to channel 2. Important is that you have mute when capturing deselected, or the client will be able to hear you, but you won't be able to hear you. We figured that out. So the output channel, it's already gonna have one for you. If you were to add them, it would just add different ones. The same way to delete as you do the rest. You just select one, click delete, select it, click delete. And you might see when you first do this, monitors, you don't need, unless you know more than me and you have monitors and you want to put those on there, you don't need the monitors. So you can just click hide monitors and get them out of your way. So those are the important things about Loopback. Once you have it set up in Loopback, here are the key things that you need to know in your DAW. So I'm going to show you both for Audition and for Audacity. You're simply going to, in Audacity, we want this to be Audition. In Audition, you're going to go to Preferences and Audio Hardware, and you're just going to make sure that your interface, whatever it is, mine is this Studio 68C, is set for both your input and your output. And then click OK, and then you'll be good to go. Same thing in Audacity. Here is where you do it. You're going to choose your Studio 68C. You'd think it would be like whatever client you're using, but it's not. You're going to choose your Studio 68C as your output. So once you have those set up, the next thing is that in whatever you're using to do your meeting with your client, whether it's Zoom or Skype, you're going to want to set your preferences up for your audio hardware. And your speaker, you can leave as your interface, whatever your interface is, Studio 68C for me. And then your mic or your input, whatever audio input, whatever it's called and whatever you're using, is going to be set to whatever Loopback is named. I have my Loopback named Playback. You can name it whatever you want. You do that here. You just click Edit. You can name it, see if I named it Alicia's Playback, then it would show up that way. So you can now, if we restarted Zoom, it would show up that way, Alicia's Playback. So then I'll show you for Skype as well. So that was for Zoom. We can close Zoom. For Skype, it's very similar. You're just gonna, and thank you to the amazing Paul Lutvak. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, Paul. Who helped me figure this all out. We sat and we Zoomed and we Skyped back and forth until we had both of ours set up right. So preferences, audio and video, and then you're going to scroll down and your audio is your microphone is going to be set to whatever you have it named in Loopback, playback for me, and then speakers are going to be set to Studio 68C. And it's going to be similar in whatever you're using. I don't know how to do it for Source Connect or if this is even necessary with Source Connect, because even though I have Source Connect, I've never had to use it yet. Everybody likes to be able to see your face. So there you go. That is how you set up your Loopback to be able to share your audio directly with your client. And again, the reason you might do that is, let's say you record 3 takes and they are like, oh, I loved all of those, but I'd really love to hear number 1 again. I think that was my favorite. Well, then you can, through your whatever you have, like let's say this is take 2, you can go back and play take 1 and they'll be able to hear it. And that is that's the goal, that they can make a difference. They can make a decision based on what they can hear. So there you go. That is how we use Loopback to share audio with a client.